What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we're jumping back into the new Ultimate Universe with Ultimate Spider-Man, and we finally get the Ultimate Superiors. We're picking up 3 months after the last big event. If you missed it, the big takeaway was that Mr. Negative forced a member of the Mysterio Council, Quentin Beck, to reveal all their secrets. Then, he sent Beck back to his friends, ... with a bomb. It was a huge explosion that tragically killed Gwen Stacy and all the other So, 3 months later, we see Spider-Man swinging through the city. He grabs some Chinese food making, sure to ask for extra soy sauce, because Jonathan Hickman loves those little character details, and then heads underground. As he descends, he narrates, "The depth to which I sink. Hiding deep in the earth, like something small and inferior, when I am so much more. When I am so very superior." He arrives in what we now know is the Savage Land, located right under New York City and run by the Mole Man. And who is under the mask? It's Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus. It turns out, Otto has been operating as Spider-Man to protect Peter Parker's identity. It's a brilliant move. If people see Peter Parker in one place and Spider-Man in another, it throws everyone off their trail. So, yes, Otto is officially an Ultimate Spider-Man, which is awesome to see. Meanwhile, J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker are getting ready to drop a bombshell. They've been piecing together all the information they could find, including info from the late Gwen Stacy, to expose the Kingpin's entire operation. They're broadcasting on a pirate signal from their underground base. Otto, who built their setup, warns them they only have a limited number of broadcasts before their signal can be traced. Then he announces, "Also, I got dinner." It's a great, tense moment. But where are Peter and Harry Osborn? They're out on the streets, taking down some of Kingpin's henchmen. The Bullet. This isn't just about cleaning up the city, though it's about venting. Harry is in a really dark place after Gwen's death, and he's channeling all that grief and anger into these fights. Peter notes that they've been fighting these guys for a year, and you'd think they'd have some upgrades. Right on cue, one of them pops an eye patch and blasts Peter with a laser. Classic Spider-Man luck. Peter's just like, "Okay, my bad. Should have seen that coming." But Harry's got his own new toys. He unleashes a device that electrifies all the goons at once. Peter is impressed, admitting that even if it was a bit much, it was definitely cool. This leads to a really important hot. Peter tries to get Harry to come back to the house for dinner, to be around family. But Harry refuses. He says being around Peter's perfect family just reminds him of what he's lost. He doesn't have a family anymore. Plus, he jokes, you can only handle so much of Otto Octavius, which is a fair point. Harry's response is heartbreaking. He tells Peter, "Gwen's gone, and I miss her. But what else am I going to do besides this?" He's isolating himself, pushing away the people who care about him. It's a dangerous path, especially for someone who has lost so much: his parents, and now his wife. While some people need to grieve alone, Harry seems like the kind of person who needs support to stay grounded. Peter respects his friend's wishes, though. He just makes Harry promise to call if he needs help. Once Peter leaves, Harry says, "It's all clear." And a voice responds, "What a tangled web we weave. I am so proud of you, son." It's an AI of his father, Norman Osborn, that Otto installed in his suit. This is a recipe for disaster. We have a manipulative Norman Osborn, AI whispering in the ear of a grieving, emotionally vulnerable Harry. This feels like the classic path to the Green Goblin. Harry tells the AI he just wants to keep Peter safe, but the voice calls him out. Why would you lie to him, if all you were going to do is lie to yourself? The manipulation is already starting. This sets up a potentially tragic turn for Harry Osborn, and I'm fascinated and terrified to see where it goes. Alright, let's dive into some seriously mind-bending stuff from the Ultimate Universe. If you thought you knew what was going on, prepare to have your perceptions shattered, because Otto Octavius just dropped a bombshell that changes Asterisk. Everything Asterisk. We kick things off with Otto revealing his incredible secret project, stating, "I've studied their methods, and more than that, I've studied their master, the Great Maker." Now, this is a massive distinction. While Peter Parker has been caught in the whirlwind of being Spider-Man, constantly fighting Kingpin and protecting his family, Otto's been playing a completely different game. He wasn't just reacting to threats. He was looking at the grand chessboard, meticulously studying the bigger picture. He talks about a great builder of societies, a great builder of machines, and how it took an immense, deep dive into all of the records that Stain Stark possessed. He followed every single thread to its origin, uncovering a revelation that sounds straight out of a cosmic horror story. There's a string at the center of the world, he explains, and it connects to a series of nodes that all lead to the Makeress fabled city itself, an ocean of knowledge that all rivers flow to. And here's the chilling part, Otto proudly declares, and I've built this to infect it. Now, hold on a second. This is a huge asterisk revelation within the Ultimate Universe, and here's why. Think back to Ultimate Invasion, when everything went down, and the Maker was supposedly defeated, trapped inside his city dome, along with Norman Osborn, who we presumed dead. But let's be real, he's probably very much alive. We thought they were cut off. Jonathan Hickman even gave us that 2-year window, saying the dome would reopen. And God help Earth, because who knew what the Maker had been doing with time passing differently inside? We largely assumed the Maker and his crew were isolated, completely out of the loop. But this statement from Otto, it changes asterisk. Everything asterisk. Because if it connects to a series of nodes that all connect to the Makeress fabled city itself, it implies something incredibly unsettling. The Maker has seemingly been watching everything. He's not isolated from the world at all. He won't re-emerge having no idea what's been happening. Seemingly, he knows asterisk, everything asterisk. And if Norman Osborn truly is alive within that city, this connection explains so much. What Otto Octavius is doing here is actually creating a way for Norman Osborn to communicate with his son, Harry Osborn. It's largely an AI, sure, but here's the crucial point. A way asterisk in asterisk is a way asterisk out asterisk. If these nodes can send information asterisk to asterisk the city, then information from the city can be sent back. Asterisk out, asterisk again. So, who is Otto actually talking to? It turns out, it's Richard Parker, Peter's son. Richard, understandably curious, asks, "Right, what is it?" And Otto's answer is both brilliant and terrifying. A worm, a subtle self-replicating parasite that eats the tiniest portion of all that knowledge. Put this device in the right place and it will erase any existing and, more important than that, any future acquisition of information regarding your family. Richard, ever the sharp one, immediately counters. And I mean, it'll erase any information about you too, right? Otto, with a wry smirk, confirms. Of course, along with any of our other small number of allies. And who might those allies be? Well, given the context, he's pretty clearly talking about Felicia Hardy, who Richard is, shall we say, quite smitten with. Richard then asks the million-dollar question. What's the catch? He's smart enough to realize that if this was just some simple beacon, Otto would have already activated it and hidden it far away from them to protect them. But Otto reveals the truth. This device asterisk has asterisk to be connected to one of the Makeress nodes, and the only accessible one on their continent. It's located deep in the heart of the Kingpin's empire. Cue the dramatic music. Otto then poses the challenge. If only there was someone brave enough to do this. And that's where Richard's personality truly shines. For those of you following Ultimate Spider-Man, you know Richard Parker is basically the answer to the question, what if asterisk you, asterisk, or asterisk I asterisk got powers? We would 100% get into mischief. Absolutely. If we were teenagers and suddenly got superpowers, yeah, we'd probably try to impress people, become celebrities, cause some chaos. And that's Richard. He's all about the mischievous side of having powers. Otto, trying to be serious, emphasizes, all joking aside, it needs to be done. Richard, not backing down, shoots back. Then why don't you do it instead of trying to get me grounded again? This kid's got spirit. Otto, however, has a counterpoint. Because to get to the node, someone would need to break into one of the most secure vaults in this hemisphere. In fact, one could argue that only one of the greatest thieves in the history of the world could pull off something like this. Do you know anyone like that? Of course, Richard knows exactly who Otto is talking about. Felicia Hardy. And just like that, the scene shifts. We cut to Felicia, overlooking Fisk Tower, the very heart of the Kingpin's domain. That's when Richard arrives. "What are you doing here?" she asks, surprised. He simply replies, 1. I was actually looking for you, and 2, believe it or not, I am on a mission. He then lays out the stakes. I'm supposed to break into that building and place this device where it needs to go. I could save my family, and I made sure that it could also save you. So, I'm doing it, and there's nothing Kingpin can do to stop me. Felicia, ever the pragmatist, adds, "You should know I followed Mr. Negative here." But Richard, with that youthful bravado, is on death errant. I mean, I'm still going, right? But I really could use your help. Do you want to get into some trouble? And her responds, "Definitely." Because Felicia Hardy always has a bone to pick, especially with Kingpin. But here's where this story takes a truly wild turn. Just when you think you know what's happening, we switch locations entirely. We find Harry Osborn, intensely monitoring that same building. A voice asks, "Is he in there?" Harry, with a chilling calmness, responds, "Yes." He then adds something even more disturbing. He doesn't even care what I've done. I see a dozen more enhanced humans, and the target 2 floors down from the roof. The voice simply commands, "Time to go in." And then the question, "Are you with us?" And here's the kicker. Asterisk. This voice is revealed to be an amalgamation of Mr. Asterisk, not asterisk. A. Asterisk. Mysterio. But. Asterisk. Mysterios. Now, the crazy part is, it doesn't really look like Gwen Harry's girlfriend, who we thought was Mysterio, is actually a part of it. Or perhaps it's just her mind. But what's truly mind-bending is how it feeds back into the nature of Mysterio itself. Instead of them simply referring to themselves as a council, saying we are Mysterio, now they are Mysterio, as a asterisk gestalt entity asterisk. That is wild. We could argue that Harry's mind is breaking, that he's going insane, seeing things that aren't really there. Perhaps this is how he imagines Gwen living on, in some twisted, fragmented capacity. But then, we see the reflection of Mysterio, clearly in his helmet. So, what we're witnessing, what Harry is seeing and experiencing, is actually asterisk, real asterisk. The Maker's influence, Norman's survival, Otto's machinations, Richard's recklessness, Felicia's expertise, and now a unified, horrifying Mysterio entity. It's all converging. This arc is setting up something absolutely monumental in the Ultimate Universe. And I, for one, cannot wait to see how it all unfolds. The stakes just keep getting higher, and the lines between friend and foe, sane and insane, blur with every panel. Alright, that's it for today's deep dive. My amazing viewers, if this mind-bending breakdown got you hyped for what's next in the Ultimate Universe, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more epic comic breakdowns.